Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Allen County War Memorial Coliseum here in Las Vegas, Nevada is not where we're at. We're at Fort Wayne, Indiana. I see that Ryan can't hear me. Is that what you're trying to signal at me? Okay, how about now?
Yeah, good.
Welcome to the 2026 NABC Division III College All-Star Game. We're glad to give you this audio portion of our video broadcast of this game between two groups of senior all-stars, Ryan. Seniors drawn from the teams, of course, that are not playing here at the Final Four, or in this case at the Elite Eight either. And always a fun event, always just a great kind of highlight-filled afternoon.
Yeah, it's always a lot of fun. You get to meet these guys that you've been watching on streams all year long in little tiny places. You get to see how big they actually are. And get to see all the uniforms and highlight guys that at this point, many of them are going to go professional here now. We've got so many more opportunities, and this is a big highlight for them to be able to use this stream and some of this video to show off what they can do.
That's right. It's a good showcase for them as individual athletes. It's a good showcase of Division III basketball altogether. And we are glad to be working together with the National Association of Basketball Coaches to bring you this game. Two coaches today, and the coaches are always retired former Division III men's basketball head coaches. These two guys are longtime friends. We've known them in Division III circles for a long time. Bill Raleigh will be coaching Team Raleigh. Team Raleigh is on the bench to our right as you're watching our broadcast. Bill Raleigh is a longtime head coach at Southwestern and now is the athletic director at Schreiner University. Team Cunningham is coached by Pat Cunningham. Cunningham coached at the University of Chicago briefly a long time ago and is well known as the head men's basketball coach at Trinity University in Texas. He retired with a total of 504 career wins. He is coaching the team in the light colors and on the bench to our left.
Yeah, we've got kind of legends of the game. They have to have been awarded one of the awards by the NABC in order to be selected for this. And they're around for the weekend. They do a clinic for the other coaches that are in town. A lot of the players, their head coaches will come with them for this game, and there's a lot of NABC events surrounding that.
We'll give you the starting lineups for each team, but of course know that all 10 players on each team will basically rotate through. They generally play in groups of 5. And we'll start with Team Raleigh on the right-hand side of your screen in the dark colors. At the guard position, it'll be a 5'9" guard out of New Haven, Connecticut, playing for Albertus Magnus. His name is Tajon Daniels. Also, in the starting lineup for Team Raleigh, number 10, Lucas Gordon, a 6'8" forward out of San Marcos, California, played for the University of Redlands. At another guard position, a 6'6" player out of Washington, D.C., played for Ursinus. His name is Mohamed Toure. And then in the front court, 6'4" forward out of Montvale, New Jersey, played for Montclair State, is Jacob Morales. And the final starter on the Raleigh side is Trent Rosich, a 6'5" forward out of Johnstown, Pennsylvania, played for Pitts Greensburg. The reserves, who will get just as much time, a 6'1" guard out of Salado, Texas. Number 2, for Mary Hardin Baylor, Hudson Johnson. Number 3, Carrington McNeil, a 6'3" guard out of North Central Minnesota, out of Minneapolis. Anthony Rose, a 6'4" swing out of SUNY Poly. He's wearing number 5 today. Julian Heckman, a 6'6" guard out of Otterbein. And he is out of Reynoldsburg, Ohio. And then Adam Dudzinski, 6'8" forward out of St. Lawrence. He's wearing number 33. On the Team Cunningham side, and we'll get notes in a minute to get through the starters. Mason Dopirak, wearing number 4, 6'2" guard out of Manitowoc, Wisconsin, plays for MSOE, or the Milwaukee School of Engineering. Also joined by a 6'6" forward out of Maryville, out of Lower City, Tennessee, number 13, Chase Morgan. Kareem Welch wears number 13. He's playing for Plattsburgh State. He's playing for Team Cunningham. He's a 6'1" guard out of Brooklyn. Jacob Cook, a 6'6" forward out of Ashby, Minnesota, played for Concordia Moorhead. He wears number 33. And Marcus Montanito for Endicott, a 6'4" forward out of Gloucester, Mass. I think I mentioned he played for Endicott. The reserves, Jaden Rowe, number 1, a 6'4" guard for York, Pennsylvania. Omari DeVoe, a 6'2" guard for Virginia Wesleyan. He wears number 3. Jalen Savage, 6'2" guard for Nazareth, wearing number 12. Jack Haynes, a 6'7" forward for Loris, wears 23. And Joey Ramirez, a 6'2" guard for Concordia, Texas, wears number 32. There's your exhaustive list of all 20 of these guys.
Yeah, so one of the things to note on Team Cunningham, we have the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th leading scorers in the country that they all put on one team. So Jaden Rowe, Mason Dopirak, and Reem Welch all averaged 26.1 points per game this year. So we will have no shortage of offense for Team Cunningham there. And then the one I was pointing out earlier, Julian Heckman, very excited that we listed him at 6'6", but it's probably more like 6'1" as a guard. Really excited for the extra height that we've added on for him this year.
Yes, well, we're given a roster that has this on it, and we try to expand it out into something that looks like this. You can find that program with incorrect height for Julian Heckman and everything. Julian Heckman will be using this with his pro scouts overseas. And you can find that on our website at d3hoops.com. I'm Pat Coleman at d3hoops.com. This is Ryan Scott. This is the 3rd year maybe you and I have done this together, all here in Fort Wayne. We're very thankful to the folks here at Manchester University for hosting the stream, Manchester University Athletics, and Lane Hofler for running our camera, running our production here today. We are super glad about that. And this game is a regulation 40-minute game. How much defense gets played? How much halftime there is? Fairly minimal. How the whistle gets used by our officials, Luke Novus, Bernard Weatherly, and Nick Marikas. You know, we're here to have fun. We're here to have an exhibition.
How often they stop the clock when they're supposed to? Also, sometimes up in the air?
That's always possible, yes. And like I said, you know, teams will basically swap in 5 for 5 as at about 5-minute increments or so that everybody has around 20 minutes of action per game. So for someone to, you know, threaten the NABC All-Star Game scoring record of 43 points by Brandon Gibbons from NC Wesleyan in 2013 might be a little difficult. But maybe you could get the 18 rebounds that Ryan Sherry of Middlebury had in 2012, or the 12 assists from Frank Scatino in College of Staten Island that he had back in his appearance here back in you know, the earlier part of the last decade, 2017. And there have been 185 schools who had student athletes selected for the All-Star Game. Some of whom, obviously the group in 2020, did not get a chance to play. That includes Jaden Rowe's head coach, Jared Wagner, of York College of Pennsylvania.
We got to talk to him last night at one of the coaches' gatherings, and I asked, like, hey, you were in the All-Star Game, right? And he's like, well, I was supposed to be in the All-Star Game.
Define in.
Yeah. Didn't get to come in 2020, and now gets to be here with one of his players, so that's exciting.
I just told him he should walk himself over to Pat Cunningham's bench, and Cunningham should check him in for a couple series, is all I'm saying.
At least maybe get him some gear that he missed out on from the last time.
That is right. So it will be Team Raleigh in the dark uniforms, Team Cunningham in the light uniforms. Lucas Gordon against Jacob Cook to tip it up, and Gordon controls it easily. And the team will go right to left across your computer monitor here in the first half, and a turnover right away.
That's miscommunication from guys who have played about 4 minutes in a backcourt together in practice yesterday.
That's right. They get here on Wednesday. They have Thursday. They have shoot-arounds. They have a practice here on this floor. They do community service here in the community in Fort Wayne.
Yeah, a lot of the guys were really excited yesterday. They went to a local elementary school, and some of them were reading books, but the other a bunch of them got to do gym class with a bunch of the little kids, and they were really excited about being able to do that.
That was Jacob Cook's shot too strong. Gordon with a rebound. Torre trying to drive in against Marcus Montanino, and he puts it up with the left hand. First 2 points of the game.
We've covered Montanino a lot this year, but he has a unique story that he went to Xavier out of high school, tried to walk onto the team, didn't make it, but played club basketball for 3 years, graduated early, and has spent the last 2 getting his master's in sports management at Endicott.
And has been impressive at it. Here's Daniel's pull-up, does not go. All tied up at 2 here in the early going. Dopirak working his team to the right side, step in, long 2-pointer, and he drains that. So Dopirak, you mentioned, 26.1 points a game, 43% from downtown on the season.
Dopirek, also one of those guys not planning to go and continue playing basketball. He's going to work on being an orthopedic surgeon.
The Milwaukee School of Engineering degree. Cook guarded by Gordon. Dopirek, 3 from the wing. Jacob Morales with the rebound.
These guys get very little time on the court here, so adjusting to the large arena may be more difficult than for the guys in the actual tournament.
Possibly even less than usual. Tip in, and that is good for Gordon. Lucas Gordon averaged only 14.3 points and 9 rebounds because the Redlands team plays in shifts basically as well. Those guys don't get a ton of playing time.
And a number of their games are over very early, and going to save Gordon a little bit. He's very integral to the way that team played this year. Massive improvements, got the SCIAC Player of the Year award.
That was Morgan to round it off. Here's Torre for 3. First three-pointer of the game.
Very smooth shot from Torre.
Torre 39% from downtown, the most outstanding player of the Centennial Conference. Montanino kicks outside for Cook. Cook for 3, rattles it in. Cook, big guy, 6'6" forward. 21.5 points, 11.1 rebounds.
Somehow we don't have his three-point percentage out here, but I bet he takes a bunch of them in this game where his coach is not going to yell at him.
That's right. The hint is if the three-point percentage is not in the program, that means it's under about 39% or so. Underneath, and putting it in and finishing it off is Reem Welch for Plattsburgh.
Reem had an interesting trip on the way here. He's from Brooklyn, New York, and as many city dwellers did not have a driver's license. They had a hard time getting him a real ID so he could get on the plane to get here. We had a backup plan to drive the 12 hours from Plattsburgh if that wasn't going to work out, but he's here on the flight. He
did make it, I think, with having received the paper version and not the full official plastic and embedded whatever version, right?
Well, let's hope he can make it back.
Ooh, fair point. Daniels is going to bring it into the front court. It is Team Raleigh working on the basket to our left here in the first half of the 2026 NABC Division III College All-Star Game. Adam Dudzinski from around the arc, no good, rebounded by Cook.
Another big guy taking a 3. I think we'll see a theme here this afternoon.
I'm getting that. Welch, step back. That one's good. Buried it, nothing but the bottom of the net. Back-to-back buckets for Welch. He's got 5 in the early going. 12-7, the lead for Team Cunningham, who is home on your scoreboard. I say that as much to remind myself here in the building. Cook has it blocked from behind. Gordon pushes it up ahead. Gordon with a 2-on-2, a 3-on-2. Dudzinski left wing, no good. Gordon up there for the rebound. The putback doesn't go, but that tip-in does.
He's padding those rebound stats really well here.
That is... How many of them did he get? He's got 5 rebounds here in the first 4 minutes and 10 seconds. That first shift about to end here. Torre, he
almost got one more there.
He got the rebound, though, got the bucket. The record for blocks in an All-Star game is 4. It tells you a little bit about, how guys choose to play defense. There was a block opportunity there anyway. Cook off the side of the window, no good. Cook from Ashby, Minnesota. A tiny little stop you can see on the interstate between Alexandria and Fergus Falls, or between St. John's and Concordia Moorhead, depending on your perspective.
That last one might be a little easier for most of our D3 world.
Montanino baseline jumper. That one does go in and around. This place a little bigger than where he plays his home games.
Yeah, I imagine that's true for most of these guys.
Yeah, but a lot bigger.
Especially for Morales here, who's about to shoot the 3.
That is true, yes. This place seats about 20 times as many fans as his gym back home in Upper Montclair.
Yeah, I think they can get about 600 in at Montclair. And Morales, listed as a forward, has been for his whole career. Don't quite understand it. He shoots the 3 incredibly well. But I guess a bigger body, that's why we call it a forward. And he's a New Jersey forward, maybe we say that.
Did you watch the WBCA All-Star Game earlier today? That's the Women's Division III Coaches All-Star Game, and that's a shot that rattles in for Jaden Rowe. Jaden Rowe with the second group for Coach Cunningham. Also one of the winners of the T3Hoops.com fan vote. We've had that on our website since 2011. We're very thankful, happy to be the hosting of that. And here's Hudson Johnson, who did make it here, but lost the handle on it. DeVoe with the basketball, Virginia Wesleyan, and then finishing off. Nice move by Rowe.
We were saying Hudson Johnson was on spring break in Cancun and wasn't sure if he'd make it back here, but as you see, he's in the building.
He did make it here. Coming up the baseline, and they're going to call foul.
Did we get a foul?
13:58. Luke Novus
I
blows
noticed
the whistle and calls the foul.
I noticed you didn't put free throws in our record book because I imagine the most is like 3, right?
Well, actually, it would be interesting, right? And here's Heckman for 3. Yeah, Heckman's about 6 foot. You're right. With the hairdo, about 6'1.5". All the way in for Joey Ramirez. Joey Ramirez of the Concordia, Texas Tornadoes swept his way to the basket.
That's a good one. Yeah, Joey Ramirez, a big-time scorer there. He's, I think, was over 50 points a couple of times in his career. 49 was the high this year. They play a fast-paced offense to begin with, but he gets a lot of shots up, and he's very good at hitting them.
He finished the and one. It is 22-11. Team Cunningham, which is the one that has all those high scores, is off to the early advantage.
Yeah, that would make some sense. I don't know if they look at the scoring average when they put these teams together.
There used to be like a complex formula of stuff. Here's Heckman from deep, no good.
They used to kind of do an East and West for a while, and then they realized that the West
That's
was
really
a little
difficult.
bigger. Yeah.
Rosic now here coming down. Rose throws it down. Anthony Rose of SUNY Poly.
We got our first dunk. We need to start keeping that in the stats.
That is true. That is not in the box score, though.
Right.
I don't know how we go back through all those old ones. DeVoe shot no good from beyond the arc. Pushing it up. Rosic. Outside for Heckman.
Rosic, one of the few not trying to play professionally. He's got a degree in data science and planning to go into that field.
There's Carrington McNeil, and he takes it to the basket for 2. Carrington McNeil, the most valuable player of the Upper Midwest Athletic Conference. He has not had a break, so their regular season ended. They lost in the conference tournament of the UMAC, and then they played in the NCCAA tournament, working they were all the way through to the national championship game. He's played 6 games since Selection Sunday.
Right, he's the only national champion playing in this game today.
He's the only national champion in this game today. That is, I have to think about that. The only 2026 national champion, right?
I think he's the only
Probably
one at
true
all,
with
right?
the rest
Yep.
of it, yeah. I just
And
had
that's the National Christian College Athletic Association, in case anyone was wondering about the acronym.
I did not stutter. It indeed was NCCAA. Second group for Team Cunningham on the
What's he gonna
floor.
call it? He did call the travel. That's what we like to see in the All-Star game.
I mean, Bernard Weatherly is not going to not call it travel if
Right.
the travel is called for.
These are professional referees, folks.
That's true.
They know what game they're calling, but it's still basketball.
Heckman trying to work his way in against Ramirez. Gets the fake, gets the spin move, gets the bucket. Lead is down to 5, 22-17. Team Raleigh on a bit of a run. 6-0 run over the last minute 18. We still get those stats in this game. Shot no good, and Hudson Johnson with the rebound. Hudson Johnson, the most outstanding player of the D3Hoops.com Classic. That's not an automatic invite, but we're happy to see him here. 3 around and off. Jalen Savage of Nazareth with basketball. Pull up. That is no good off the back iron. Long rebound just settles in Anthony Rose's hands. They're the team in the dark. That is Team Raleigh. Bill Raleigh, the former head coach of Southwestern University, coaching that team.
It's always interesting to see how the offense develops here. They're not putting any set plays or anything in, but
Shot good for McNeil.
certainly try to see them do a few things that they work on in practice yesterday to get some shots in the bucket.
This crew is going to have a big plus-minus advantage for Team Raleigh, and there's DeVoe with the baseline jumper to push it back out to 24-20. McNeil, that one's a rounded off.
I thought Rowe was going to keep that one. He hasn't been getting the ball very much.
You got those first 2 buckets, though. You're going to share it around a bit, right? Savage with it. Working against McNeil. Picks it up. Outside, DeVoe. Nope. Puts it in. Puts it down. Puts it up. Puts it off glass and in.
DeVoe's game is very much penetrate at the rim kind of guy, and that's what we saw right there.
Second bucket of the afternoon for him. 26-20 the score. Inside, and Rosic cannot hang on to it. 10:31 remaining here in the first half. 26-20 your score, Team Cunningham. under Pat Cunningham, the longtime head coach at Trinity University in Texas. They're off to a 6-point lead. Here's Joey Ramirez. Gets his man to go by him and just gets it to bounce off the rim 3 times and down.
We had the Texas guys against each other there. Not the first time.
Johnson on the other end trying to do something similar. Did not get it to fall. I think he left his shot in Cabo.
Yeah.
3
let's hope
good.
not.
Next round of subs waiting to check in. Coach Cunningham is like, I'm waiting for him to put his guys out before I put my guys in, I guess. I don't know. Carrington has had a good 5 minutes here. That turnaround is a little off the back iron. Coming back the other way, Ramirez outside. DeVoe. Count it.
In previous years, I think the referees have just stopped the game. Here they are. They're doing it now for the subs.
Once the other team actually puts its guys up to check in, right? If just one group is sitting there. Yeah, we don't have to wait for a dead ball. We don't have an under 12, for goodness sake. No media timeouts.
We could go back to the original, like, 1891 rules and just have free substitutions, right? Like they do in hockey.
And a center jump after every bucket and cut out the bottom of the peach basket. I mean, Springfield's a D3 school, and the shot is no good.
That's right.
By Torre and rebounded by Chase Morgan of Maryville as the starting crew back out on the floor for each team.
Chase Morgan earlier this year ended a game early. He went for a rebound, went through under the basket into the fuse box for the arena, and the game had to be called against Warren Wilson earlier this year with 14 minutes to go.
A little less electrifying, but very nice, that 3-pointer he just rattled in. He gets that rebound as well, back-to-back rebounds and the 3-pointer in between. 13-0 run. Team Cunningham back out to a 35-20 lead. Torre. Now in the front court, Torre, Daniels, Dudzinski, Gordon, and Morales on the floor for the team in dark for Team Raleigh. Floater, no good. Rebound tips out, Torre. Daniels in the corner. That one does not fall. Morgan again with a rebound. Morgan cleaning up on the boards, 5th rebound of the day.
Morgan is a big man with a guard's mentality. So he hit another 3-pointer there. He likes to shoot from the outside when he gets the opportunity.
And he's getting the opportunity, like you said, right? No coach is going to yell at these big guys for shooting threes here, like Lucas Gordon puts it in from the corner.
Yeah, Gordon developed a 3-point shot this year. He was primarily a post player last season, and one of the reasons why he won the MVP of the SCIAC.
Montanino working against Dudzinski. Oh, dumps it off, but a little bit too strong out of the reach of Cook. It's deflected out by Gordon.
Do we have replay in this game to see who that went off of?
No
replays for this one?
No. We have to wait for YouTube to catch up and then try to scroll back. Cook. No good. It's an exhibition.
Right. Hopefully he'll get one of those before the end of the game here.
There's Gordon working against Morgan. Flips it up. It's going to go to the line.
Going to the line.
I'm not really telling you how many fouls are on any individual person. If it comes up, if anybody gets to 3, we'll let you know.
I would love to see someone foul out of the All-Star game. That would be a wonderful experience. A unique one, certainly, you could tell your kids about.
Off the front rim, no good for Gordon.
There's a lane violation not called there, so thankful for the ref for letting that one go.
They're going to go back to the monitor to check. Sorry, there should be 7:38 on the clock right now. That one is good. Gordon now has 8 points. He and Morgan and DeVoe 8 points apiece to lead all scorers here as we're just over 12 minutes into this All-Star game. Reem Welch, bounce pass saved in the corner. Cook outside Morgan. He likes that spot. Did not fall for him this time. Cook gets the rebound, takes it with the left hand. Now Welch, shot clock at 20 again. Dopirak. There you go. There you go. Got to get that guy involved in the games. First 3-pointer of his today. 41-24. You know, you look down and you look up and it's a 19-4 run. This one rattles in to try to stem the run just a little bit.
Yeah, the scores come in bunches, right? Seems like 10 points come by in every shot.
You may notice there's 2 guys wearing number 13 on the floor right now for Team Cunningham. It doesn't matter. It's an All-Star game, folks. Morgan puts it in again. Third three ball of the day
one
for Morgan. He's got 6 to go to get to the All-Star Game record of 9 threes.
The sneaky good for the guy. I think he plans to be an FBI agent if all goes well.
Tip-in is good for Gordon off the miss. We've seen Lucas Gordon play a lot, obviously. They went to the round of 8 last year. They were in our tournament in Las Vegas, and still I walked up to him today to introduce myself. I was like, God, this guy is huge.
Yeah, he seems to have grown a little bit. He's really athletic. I think a lot of the coaches around here have really
Torrey good for 3.
made a lot of comments about his future in this sport because of the size and athleticism, the shot he's added. He's worked really hard in his game. I know he's got an agent already and probably some good opportunities.
Dopirak doesn't get it to fall. Torrey's got a 4-on-3. Now he's going to take it.
You like the guy. He's looking around for a pass first before he goes to the rim. That's what you want to see in these All-Star games. Spread it around.
In these stats here in the programming, there's not a bunch of guys with assist numbers that make the threshold for inclusion, right?
Yeah, we don't have a ton of true point guards in this game. Luke Chacon, one of the best in the country, we were told from John Carroll, runs his own AAU program, and so he couldn't be here this weekend. They've got their first tournament of the year. So he's definitely comes from a long line of coaches and will seem to be continuing that legacy himself as well. So.
And Nick Marikas, not content to let his fellow officials make all 3 calls in this first half. Blows his whistle.
Is that one for everybody?
Basically. I mean, there are a total of 4 fouls, so someone has called 2 fouls, but...
We'll have to go back in the video and check that out.
There's going to be Morales to the line to shoot 2. Jacob Morales, most valuable player out of the New Jersey Athletic Conference. Montclair State had a great run to start the season and then lost the last regular season game before the conference tournament, lost in the conference tournament, lost in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, definitely not the way you want to end your season, but, you know, set a lot of records, did some really terrific things there. And Morales, I think 2-time NJAC Player of the Year, if I'm not mistaken.
And his group goes to the bench. We got the B crew. I don't want to call it A and 1A. How about that? Team 1A on the floor right now.
Sure.
Either of these groups, obviously, a fine set of all-star participants. Joey Ramirez takes it, and he's going to get the and 1.
We have the starters and the alternate starters. Is what we
Yes,
look at.
there you go. Okay, I like that. I'll yes and you there. And Ramirez is going to try to and 1 us right here now. Stan Bonowitz, his head coach, is here. Ran into him in the hotel lobby a couple nights ago. Ramirez finishes the 3-point play. Ramirez can do a standing backflip, a backflip from a just standstill position. And I hope that comes up in this game.
If we weren't calling this, we'd be yelling at him to do that from the sidelines here.
Well, we got time. At halftime, we're going to talk to a couple of these guys as well. Basket good. That's Jaden Rowe.
Jaden Rowe had some pretty incredible numbers. The Matt Commonwealth Championship game went to double overtime. He put up 41 shots in that game, 22 threes. They fell just short of that and missed out on the tournament as a result, but it's just really an incredible individual performance.
Great classic game in that Matt Commonwealth final between York of PA and Hood. Here is Johnson. Johnson on the board for the first time. His first 2-pointer of the afternoon. Hudson Johnson, the ASC Player of the Year. Rowe, all the way. Good.
Rowe was one of the guys who's much taller than I expected when we showed up here.
And you're taller than I am. I'm listed at 6'1", so you know that means I'm 5'11 3/4.
I'm also listed at 6'1", but that might be a little more accurate.
But you're actually 6'1", I think. You're taller than I am. Hudson Johnson will go to the line. Looks like he was fouled by Jack Haynes of Loris. Normally wouldn't call that out, but I haven't had a chance to call Haynes' name too much.
Got to talk to his mom a little bit beforehand. Was asking if he had any plans after graduation. She said, as long as he's not on my payroll anymore, she'll be happy with it. So.
I hear that terminology from parents. I was DeVoe with the foul, by the way. I should have get a chance to watch the replay here. The atmosphere at Loris for that ARC championship game between them and their crosstown rival, University of Dubuque, Just one of the great places to watch a Division III basketball game, Dubuque, Iowa. That is no good by Ramirez, and Ramirez is going to draw the foul.
And convenient to the rest of D3. They said it was only a 4-hour drive to get over here from the Dubuque area.
Yeah, you're far enough south. You are. It's like a 4.5-hour drive, like south from Minneapolis or River Falls or Eau Claire, that sort of thing, to get down there, and then you're just hopping on 80. First shot good for Ramirez.
Team Cunningham shooting 55%. That's really the only difference in this game. All the other numbers are pretty similar, just the number of buckets going in here.
Second shot good. Yep, rebounding pretty even, 22-21 for Team Raleigh.
Ramirez, the only one shooting free throws for Team Cunningham.
Total of 5 turnovers in the entire game.
That's unusual. Usually we see a lot more turnovers in this All-Star game.
Rosic gets on the board. He drills a 3.
But that may be also a function of not having any point guards who are trying to make some fancy passes.
Yeah, maybe. And also, not getting pressed on defense, let's be honest. Yeah. DeVoe puts it in. DeVoe in double figures. He's got 10.
This isn't a Dave Hickson All-Star game where he was yelling at them to play defense a couple years back.
Johnson, what a move. Does not get it to go. Haynes with the board. Team Cunningham pushing it up. Ramirez, fall away. No good. Tip. No good by Rowe. Rose with the board. Brings it to the front court. He got almost had a pick twice. Oh, a little give and go. Gets it back from Heckman.
Sweet pass from Hickman.
Heckman's second assist of the day. Ties for the lead in the game with 2 assists. Shot does not go for Jalen Savage, but the tip-in is there for DeVoe. DeVoe, 12 points on the day, 6 of 8 from the floor. If he goes perfect 4 for 4 the rest of the day, Johnson hits a 3. But if DeVoe goes 4 for 4 and then doesn't take any other shots, that ties the record.
All right.
10 of 12, right? Is that still
right? We got the records here, yeah.
That's right. We are the record keepers. Haynes, no good.
Pat had spent a whole bunch of time trying the old box scores for this so that we could put the record book together.
Well, and there's Carrington drilling a 3. I will say this, of course, one of my major sources was old Ryan Allen Scott tweets, where he would tweet a copy of the box score in previous years. Sometimes I would tweet the box score. Sometimes as DeVoe's shot no good and Carrington rebounds. Sometimes literally leaning over the shoulder of the live stats guy.
Yeah, they would always keep stats for these games. They wouldn't always tell anyone about it.
Always share them? Yeah, it was weird. Joey Ramirez for 3. That's good. Joey Ramirez, first 3 of the day. He's got 13. Leads all scorers with 13 points. I think he heard us.
They're smiling anyway.
He and Hudson Johnson having a conversation on their way down the floor. 2 Texas guys, like you said.
Hopefully it's a little nicer than when it's during the regular season. I'm sure they're saying different things to each other.
I would think so. They're not in the same conference anymore. God, wow, what a crossover move. What a 3. 16 points for Joey Ramirez.
They all got to have to play each other down there, though, in Texas, regardless of what conference you're in.
For sure. Johnson. Carrington, he loves that corner. That is no good. Talk about a guy who plays in a small gym. North Central of Minnesota on a downtown block in Minneapolis. Haynes, the alley-oop does not fall.
Is it bigger or smaller than the old Wesley gym?
Yes. Smaller than Montclair, how about that?
All right.
DeVoe from the corner. No good. DeVoe was going to take it from the wing. We're just going to do around the horn here. Rowe up top. Rowe drains the 3.
That was an NBA range right there. Rowe's got range for days. We get Steph Curry range. Maybe not the same percentage, but the distance is there.
Let's talk about Hank Morgan. Didn't he play in this game last year?
Hank Morgan did play in this game last year. Hank Morgan currently
bucket.
starring for the Maine Celtics of the G League. He's putting up something like 6 threes a game, which is ironic because I believe he went 0 for 6 from 3 in this game last year, right?
He did have a terrible 3-point shooting day. So we need to talk with Joey Ramirez.
Player of the first half so far. Leading scorer in the game.
All right.
We're getting the...
We'll get you a microphone here. Ryan may have already told you are the player of the first half. Congratulations. First off, saw you and Hudson Johnson kind of smiling at each other, exchanging some words, coming back down the floor a couple times. Tell me a little bit about that.
Twice. Played on the season twice.
Yeah, go ahead. You're Go ahead, just right in the mic. You're good.
We played him this season twice. We won one day lost one. Good play against him. come out here and compete. You got any specific goals for this game today? Trying to be the top scorer here?
Not necessarily a goal, but just come out here and play hard.
Well, I mean, so stuff is working for you, right? Is this you're kind of going all over the place? Also, you're the guy who's going to the hole and getting some fouls. Not a ton of free throw shooting usually in an All-Star game.
Yeah, that's my game. I like getting to the rim, getting to the paint, putting pressure on the defense, and just drawing fouls.
All right, I'm going to ask you to stay here. I'm going to take the microphone from you, though. So Coach Bonowitz told me, I'm going to get out of the way, that you can do a standing backflip just from a standing position. All right, everybody, a round of applause. Thank you.
So now we got here's the video coming up here. First thing is we need you to do a backflip first.
All right, great first half for you guys. All right, listen, this game is like so up and down and so back and forth, right? You guys have been down quite a bit. You've battled back in. You've been down. You've battled back in. What are you hearing from Has Coach Rowley got anything to say to you guys in this situation?
Get a stop. That's all we really need. Once we get stops and paint touches, and we can really score the ball and then cut this lead down.
Are there lots of guys looking to make stops in All-Star games?
I mean, not really, but I don't want to get beat by 30 in an All-Star game.
We've been asking everybody what degree
You got coming up? What are your plans for after graduation?
My degree is sports management with a minor in psychology, and I just want to be around sports in some type of way, so still figuring that out.
You're going to try and keep playing if you can?
Yes, I am.
You
Awesome.
didn't stop playing any of the last 2 weeks either. Tell us a little bit about the North Central Minnesota journey here.
Man, it's been incredible. Coach Becker, Coach Engel bringing me in, senior year of high school, just letting me play basketball, compete at high level, and trust me into where I am now.
I appreciate it. Well, so I'm going to give you halftime numbers here for just a second when I find here. We go 8 points, 3 of 7 from the floor, 2 of 4. You like that corner, don't you?
I do. Sweet spot.
All right, thanks for joining us. Good luck in the second half. And that is Carrington McNeil out of North Central University, not North Central College. North Central University is the D3 school in the heart of downtown Minneapolis. Fun first half, Ryan.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of scoring in there. We got some guys maybe chasing some rebound records. Gordon's got 7. Ramirez also has 7 rebounds to go along with those 16 points. We want to keep track of these guys. No, doesn't look like any triple-double threats. That's the one I'm always looking for here in these All-Star games. If we can get somebody to get a triple-double. We got a lot of guys, as we follow the stats during the year, who get close or get a lot of those racked up. But a little harder to get assists in this game because there's a little less passing going on.
It's been a good first half, though. We're going to take a very short break here. Audio-wise, we'll be back with the second half of action here at the 2026 NABC Division III College All-Star Game. Back in just a moment from Fort Wayne, Indiana. I don't know if I blame it on the boogie, but this is what's going on here at Allen County War Memorial Coliseum in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Here, the site of course, the 2026 Division III men's basketball quarterfinals and national semifinals. Championship game will be played a couple hours down the road on Easter Sunday in Indianapolis, Indiana. We'll find out who those teams are a little bit later this evening. It's the second and the third of the 3 games here today. The first one here is the 2026 NABC Division III College All-Star Game, a game led by Team Cunningham 68-55 at the half. Lots of things going right for Team Cunningham.
Yeah, for sure. We want to be watching out for the guys we have yet to get on the scoreboard. Jalen Savage, Jack Haynes, Tajon Daniels, and Adam Dzinski are the guys we want to see get some buckets in. We want to make sure everybody gets in the scoring column in this game.
And the 1A group is out there right now, and it is Team Raleigh attacking the basket to our right here in half number 2. Hudson Johnson gets past Montanino, kicks it outside. Rosic for 3. Front rim, no. Welch with the rebound. Dopirak for Cook.
Cook really wants to shoot those outside shots, doesn't he?
He does. He's Rosic has caught on to that. Here's Dopirak from 16, and he hits that one.
Good solid mid-range jumper.
7 for him, 43% from downtown, 90% from the line on the season. Johnson heating up here a little bit in half number 2, his second 3 of the day. He's got 12.
Yeah, I would not say that's the smoothest shot, but it sure goes in a lot.
Goes in a lot. He had just an incredible weekend, or week, or whatever the days of the week happen to be when you're in Las Vegas. We don't know. At the D3Hoops.com Classic. Cook picks it up, just tries the fall away. That is good.
That was a difficult shot, but at least a little closer to the basket, where I think percentage is probably higher.
I think that's how that works. Carrington McNeil.
That's the big guy.
Gets it over Chase Morgan for 2.
Yeah, he's probably played more games than anybody else this year, right? With the extra postseason that he had.
Yeah, I think you're right. And certainly more in the last couple weeks. Coming back the other way for a bucket.
Cook was the MIAC Player of the Year, I believe.
The Offensive Player of the Year, they split that award up because reasons.
They have a lot of teams and a lot of players to spread the love around up there. Montanino in. Just short, and Rosic with the rebound. Heckman bringing the ball back up.
Long pass up ahead for Rose. And gets it to go.
I really like Rose's game. He's been really aggressive and hustling for the rebounds, getting the ball up the floor.
Step back 3, no good.
It's always fun in these All-Star games. A team like SUNY Poly is maybe not one in the national conversation. We don't get to see as much, but a lot of talent there as well.
They've had 2 guys participate in this All-Star game over the years. Anthony Rose, and of course, way back 15 years ago, Dave Golembiowski.
Wow.
I know, right?
That may even be a little before my memory here.
2011. Dopirak gets it to go.
There's some defense being played here. Everyone is challenging shots. These are not easy shots we're getting.
Yeah, McNeil's right there. He's not willing to foul him to stop him from scoring, but he's willing to play defense. Johnson for 3. No good, off to the right. And rebounded by Morgan. Taken away. Heckman working with the 3-on-3. Going to take it himself. High off the glass, no good. And the rebound for Morgan. Up ahead. Montanino, he finishes the layup. Marcus Montanino, second bucket of the day. He's got 4. Johnson puts it up. This one doesn't go either.
Those guys from Texas are a bit trigger happy here tonight. We won't make any comments.
I would say it's almost too late. Montanino guarded by Rose. Hey, it's their right. Dopirak for 3. Oh, rounded off. And Cook cannot hold on to it, but Rose can for Team Raleigh. Team Raleigh working the basket to our right. They're in the dark-colored uniforms, and Anthony Rose did not really finish that layup. Montanino got the board. Montanino's second rebound of the day. A little behind-the-back pass to Reem Welch. Working his way against Johnson. A leaner. That almost went in. Tip-in does go. Dopirak there to finish it off.
Really like the guys who are not complaining for fouls here in the All-Star game. They know how this is going to work.
I would hope so, right? They should. If not, you learn in the first few minutes, right? Johnson outside. Ooh, inside for Heckman. What a nice feed. Nice feed from Rosic for Heckman. And Heckman, second bucket of the day.
We should be getting close to switching our lineups out here.
Cook. Nice spin off glass. Nice finish. Cook with 9.
Really showing off those moves.
Right, he had some fun from three-point range. Now working in the interior a little bit.
He's getting serious here now.
That's right. Rose for three. That one is no good. Rebound controlled by Dupirak. Morgan gives it to Montanino. Sure. Oh, I'm going to go. That's fine.
Tried to do a Euro step, no one there to pass to, but it all worked out in the end.
Montanino caught up. Montanino 3 of 4 from the floor. Johnson from, I don't know, Columbus, Ohio. I'm not sure where in the arena we are.
Feet for that one, maybe?
That was quite out there.
It's actually from almost from the Fort Wayne on the floor.
Oh, yeah, good point. I like the new floor. I know it's not the first year of the new floor. The second year of the new floor. This is, of course, way better than when we used to have 4 3-point lines, and guys would legit get confused.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Joey Ramirez back into the game. So refreshing that lineup for you here. Daniels, Gordon, Torre, Morales, and Dudzinski for Team Raleigh, and then it's Rowe, DeVoe, Savage, Haynes, and Ramirez for Team Cunningham. Team Cunningham working in the basket to our left. Here's Rowe, no good. Gordon with the board.
Man, all these threes are starting to get short here. Almost wonder if the guys stayed out a little too late last night.
Well, you lose your sea legs a little bit. Daniels on the board for the first time, first bucket of the day. Right, you don't play in the same way when you don't practice every day. You don't play twice a week. Other than McNeil. And Montanino played a little over a week ago tonight, right?
Yeah.
Haynes loses the handle on it. Daniels pushing it up the floor.
Montanino had a lot of travel. Had to get back from Illinois to Massachusetts and then back out here again.
Haynes throws it down.
That's his first bucket, right?
First bucket of the day, indeed, for Jack Haynes out of Streeter, Illinois, first teamer in the American Rivers Conference.
Everybody on Team Cunningham has scored now. We just got a couple of guys left on Team Raleigh.
I don't think we have a bucket for Savage yet. Are we going to get him involved? That was no good. Gordon fights for the board. That one goes. Eric Bridgman was here, right? Didn't I see him?
No, I don't think so. I haven't seen him here.
All right. I wasn't making that up.
I think we assumed he would come, but we have not yet seen him. That doesn't mean he's not here.
Ramirez, a little Euro step to the basket for 2. 18 points for Joey Ramirez in 12 minutes, 6 of 9 from the floor.
Gordon, that last rebound was his 10th, so we've got 10 there, and now he just put in a nice-looking 3 from the corner.
He's got 15 points, 10 boards. Now Gordon needs 9 assists for a triple-double. I think he heard us.
I'm not sure.
I don't think so either. He's pretty focused, actually.
And I feel like if I yell, it's going to be bad for our audio, so.
You just give me a couple seconds to mute you. You let me know. 12:45 and counting remaining in the ballgame. 86-74, Team Cunningham with the lead. Team Raleigh with the basketball. Gordon working against Haynes, leaves it short. Rebound tipped out of bounds, and it will be Raleigh basketball. Yeah. Gets deathly quiet in here all of a sudden. Usually it's more upbeat NBA-style music, right? This is essentially a pro game. Morales, fall away good.
Yeah, that's true. We've normally had music playing right through play a lot of times.
Get that shot clock reset, please. There you go. Not going to stop and reset it. Savage needs a bucket, needs to get on the board. He does not get it to fall.
I'm pretty sure the shot clock is immaterial in this game, whether it resets or not.
No, but we don't want the buzzer to go off in the middle of play, right? Dudzinski, no. Haynes with the board. Ramirez pushing.
Going to the hoop. Oh.
Crashes for the board, but Dudzinski there to pick it up. Daniels kicks outside. Gordon likes that corner, and he gets it to go. Lucas Gordon now with 18 points. 3 of 4 from downtown, 7 of 10 from the floor.
He's making a real play for our unofficial MVP.
Shot is good for Jaden Rowe.
Of course, Gordon's going to have to score a lot more if he's going to bring his team back to win. It'd be hard to give the MVP on the losing side.
That is true. Shot blocked by DeVoe. Give him credit for that blocked shot. Up ahead, Savage. This one he gets. There you go. Yeah. Savage with the finish.
That looked pretty close, about as close to a dunk as Mary Slicer at the end of the women's All-Star Game earlier today. They gave her a chance to try and do that.
Dudzinski needs a bucket. Here's DeVoe on the other end. Yep. All alone, puts it down. Amari DeVoe, the most valuable player of the Old Dominion Athletic Conference, coached by David Macedo at Virginia Wesleyan.
Had a really
Soon
great
to be
career.
Baton University, I guess.
Yeah, as of, is it July 1st or earlier? April 1st? It's at the top of their website. Someone can go look.
You don't want to do that on April Fool's Day. Joey Ramirez on the other end.
They made the announcement long ago.
I know. Do you know who is a Virginia Wesleyan alum and is not happy with that name thing? Is Bob Valvano.
Oh.
Shot good for Rowe. Bob Valvano, former D3, D2 coach, now a radio personality.
You know who is excited about it? It's the Batten family.
The Batten family, yeah. Well, they already had their naming rights on the Batten Center for about 20 years, and now it's the whole campus. Shot is good for Lucas Gordon. 20 for him. 20 for Ramirez, 20 for Gordon. Savage fall away, no good. Morales pushes it up at under the 10-minute mark, 96-81. Team Cunningham with the lead. Thank you to Lane Hofler for producing today's broadcast, running that camera up here in the Coliseum. Not quite the rafters.
That was Gordon's 13th rebound.
That's a recordable. Oh, Jaden Rowe does not get it to go down.
Got a D3 dunk right there.
No, it's like an old D3 dunk. That's a 90s D3 dunk. 3 on the way, no good for Torre. Rebound tipped. Dudzinski controls it. Dudzinski needs a bucket. There you go. Does not get it. Morales is going to get fouled.
Gets fouled.
We're going to have to get two things. We're going to have to get this team back out here so Dudzinski can score, and so Gordon can threaten the rebound record.
Well, they get one more. They'll get one more run, right? They do every
Yeah.
5 minutes, so they'll get to finish the game, I think.
Yes. It's 5 rebounds is what Gordon needs. You still have Bill Raleigh's cell phone number? I don't think I do.
We need to call him. Is that what's going on?
Well, need to let him know. First shot good for Morales. Teams a combined 9 of 10 from the foul line here this afternoon.
It's back up to a 14-point lead. It keeps getting close and then pulling back out again.
And Hudson Johnson comes in to replace the shooter, even though Morales didn't make the second shot. Normally, you would not bring him in if he didn't make the second shot.
Right. It's giving the refs some leeway to run the game as they see fit.
Absolutely. In case there's some sticklers watching.
I don't think Jim Haney's in the building yet. So.
That's not who I thought would be sticklers. Jacob Cook, no good. Welch, playing horse, does not get it to fall. Hudson Johnson with a laugh. Gets that rebound.
No look over the head.
That's right. Rosic, good. Yeah, he was playing H.
Fundamental post play there from Rosic. Got to point out the classic basketball when we see it in the All-Star Game.
It is true. Pull-up is good for Dopirak, the most valuable player of the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference.
I think that's the second year in a row for him too, right?
Should be. Rosic, good. Dopirak out of one of those great Wisconsin city names, Manitowoc, Wisconsin.
Which I think we were told there's some sort of Netflix special about.
Shot is good by Welch. I don't know, they have an ice machine company there, that's what I know. 3 is good for Carrington McNeil. Now 3 of 5 from downtown, 13 points. It's an 11-point game coming up on 8 minutes. Welch kicks it outside. Pull up at the elbow. Dopirak hits that one as well.
I don't know if there was enough to get an assist. You know, Reem Welch's coach said he was really excited to pass and get some assists up today, so hopefully they're generous at the stats.
Well, he's got 4. I don't think they gave him 1 on that one, but he's got a few. Shot no good by Heckman. Team Cunningham with the board, bringing it into the front court. 102-89 with the lead and the leather. Dopirak, that's a rounded off. Morgan taps the rebound, but it's controlled by McNeil.
Not a whole lot of Team Cunningham going for the offensive boards here.
And they're shooting 52%, so there's not as many offensive rebound opportunities. Although that is still 40 missed shots, because it's an all-star game. There's lots of shots, so many shots.
Maybe that's why Ramirez is doing so well, because it looks a lot like a Concordia box score here.
There you go. There you go. Montanino took the feed and is going to go to the foul line.
Montanino, the only guy on his team who has not attempted a three-point shot today.
Free throw on the way, and that is no good off the front of the iron. 80.9% foul shooter on the season.
The only player on either team who has not attempted a three-point shot today.
I wonder if he notes this. I thought he had a shot in the corner over there. Must have had a foot on the line. He makes the second foul shot.
We're up to 99 combined rebounds in this game. It's a big number.
It is.
There's 100 right there for Montanino.
Montanino, long pass. Welch gives it back to Pirak with the shot. No good.
That
Cook,
is,
the left-handed tip.
That was a give and a give and a give and a go.
That's right. See, people want to give. They're givers.
Yeah, they're being generous. This is a D3 All-Star game. We are a generous folk.
That's right. They're developing and they're dedicating as well as discovering. Cook. Oh, blocked by Rosic.
And saves it. Really great defensive play.
Heckman up ahead for McNeil. 2-on-1. Puts it down. Just an easy layup.
Blue-collar defense. That's what you expect from the Western PA guy, right? From Rosic.
That's right. Yeah, there you go. The most outstanding player of the Allegheny Mountain Collegiate Conference. Head coach Chris Klimchak. I got multiple, as Montanino hits the baseline jumper, multiple DMs from Coach Klimchak to make sure, yes, nominated for the All-Region team. McNeil against Montanino. Gets it to go. You know, they don't play. You never see these guys play against each other otherwise, right? A guy from
Not
the UMAC
often.
and a guy from the CNE. Cook from Welch.
Not unless they were here at Fort Wayne for the other reason.
Cook with 13 points. Johnson just not getting that shot to fall today. Not finding the range. 2 of 9 from beyond the arc.
Oh!
Jacob Cook recognizing what a great feed he got from Welch.
Did he go all the way? Was that a 360 pass, I think is what happened there?
6 assists for Reem Welch. Shot is good. You were talking about McNeil with the bucket. You were talking about what Mike Blaine said, right? The Plattsburgh coach about he wanted to be here to feed assists. He is doing it. There you go. Kicks it outside. Japirak has to take a step back. Does not get it to go. 111.95 our score under 5 minutes, and Rose throws it down.
He made eye contact with Cook there and said, please don't come block this. Let me get this in. You can see it. You can read his mind as we go through.
So our other group comes back into the game. Rowe, DeVoe, Savage, Haynes, and Ramirez for Team Cunningham. Daniels, Gordon, Torre, Morales, and Dudzinski, who needs a bucket. Dudzinski needs a bucket for Team Raleigh. And, of course, they need a few buckets. They're down by 14, but Dudzinski does not have a basket. He has 3 rebounds and 3 assists. He's guarding DeVoe right now. Kick in the corner. Rowe going to dribble up the baseline outside. Here's Ramirez. Blocked!
Oh.
Wow. Boy, also, Torre's really tall.
Tall, long arms, and he was all over that one.
No good, but Haynes with the board. Savage lofts it up for Rowe. Up and under. Nope, does not get it to go. Follow tip is good there for Jack Haynes. 4:16 to go, 113.97.
This is where they're going to start showing off, I think.
Well, or maybe someone plays defense in order to try to get Team Raleigh back in the game, right?
I would be surprised if they knew what the score was right now.
It is actually kind of hard to find it here in the building, in my opinion.
There's Torre again.
Does not get it to fall, but Jordan's right there.
Does that count as a rebound if it bounced twice before he picked it up?
Sure. It was a missed shot. Who's going to, if the rebound has to go to somebody. For 14th rebound, 22 points. Savage, no good.
15. That ties him for second, right?
Yep, 3 rebounds to go for Gordon.
Oh, and as we said, Jim Haney just walked into the building.
There's
the coordinator of officials for us here this weekend.
There's the 3. He's 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. We didn't really have a minimum set for 3-point percentage, but 4 for 5 would qualify. If we include the guys who were 4 for 6, then we have to include the guys who are 4 for 5 because the minimum is always on number of 3-pointers made.
Right, one would assume.
I mean, we're in charge of the record book, so. Ramirez, first shot, does not go. First missed foul shot for Ramirez today. Team Cunningham with an 11-point lead with 3:19 to go.
Get the three-point percentage record and the rebound record in the same game would be quite impressive.
The first year we have a record book. We have set all the records in 2010. We just didn't know.
The records have always existed. We just didn't know what they were.
We didn't compile them, yes. If a record falls in a basketball game and we don't have a record book, does it make a sound?
Dudzinski had a shot for that there. Passed one up for a better three.
Torre with the three, his third of the day. Give Dudzinski his fourth assist. Dudzinski needs a bucket when he gets back on offense. Morales gets the takeaway.
It was a fancy looking pass, but they weren't going to let him get away with that.
Outside, Torre for three. Yeah, splashes it down.
All right, Gordon just needs 8 more assists for the triple-double here in the next 2 minutes.
If you can do that and get the rebound record.
They're picking up D in the backcourt now. Somebody knows what the score is.
There you go. Shot no good. Torre with the rebound. Game is a 6-point game with 2.5 to go. Morales from the wing. Good! 3-point game.
Big-time player. Had the ball, had the game-winning shot in the NJAC championship blocked, but I think everybody knew if it was off, it was good.
3-point game, 114-111. 2:09 to go. Savage in the corner for three. That is no good. Savage fights the rebound, but Dudzinski comes down with it. Daniels pushes it into the front court. Underneath, Torre lost it up. Can't get it to Gordon, though.
Threw an alley-oop to Gordon, who was behind a 6'7" defender.
Back the other way, Jaden Rowe finishes the fast break, and the lead is back to 5 with a $148.
That's how highly they think of Gordon's abilities.
Gordon, three in the corner. No good.
Ruined his percentage there.
That's right. DeVoe, all alone. Lead was 3, and now is back up to 7 with 1:33 to go. Morales off the side of the backboard. But it's not been a great 3 possessions here for Team Raleigh. Should have taken a timeout. That's a thing.
Yeah.
3 good for Savage. Now this game is a little out of reach. It's a 10-point game with 1:14 to go.
Still don't have any points for Dudzinski, right? We need to get him some shots here.
Morales takes it. The offensive rebound goes flying past Dudzinski out of bounds. That was maybe his best shot to get the basketball.
I think he realized that too. He's a little exasperated there.
Yeah, they definitely have to feed Dudzinski here down in the final 61 seconds. Got to feed Dudzinski, make sure he gets a shot here.
Doesn't seem like anyone's paying attention to us out on the court.
I know I need to shout louder. DeVoe, no good. Gordon with the rebound, number 16, too short of the record. Morales. Daniels, outside Morales. That 3 is good. Dudzinski crashed on the board, not needed.
He's ready for that putback dunk. That did not happen.
7-point game with 38 seconds to go. If they use it or lose it, timeout. I'm kidding. Rowe, 3. Good. Jaden Rowe, third 3 of the game. He's now got 21 points. Torre, no good. Morales got to get it to Dudzinski, folks. Daniels, tip, rebound, and the shot clock is off. Ramirez on the give and go, but DeVoe can't get it. Ramirez is right there. It's fine. I'll take it.
Basket interference if you're still hanging on the rim when the rebound goes in.
That's right. Dudzinski, here we go. With the shot clock ticking down, throws it down.
We got everybody on the scoreboard here.
126, 116 here with under a second to go, and DeVoe will dribble it out.
He doesn't even, that's a good ODAC guard right there. Doesn't even try to score at the end of the All-Star game. We're just running the clock out. That's the way they do it in Virginia.
Final score. Team Cunningham, 126. Team Raleigh, 116. Team Raleigh stats, you'll see the whole box score online a little bit later. Got Lucas Gordon for Team Raleigh with 25 points, 16 rebounds, 2 assists, 10 of 15 from the floor. And a great day for Lucas Gordon. McNeil with 19, Torrey with 18, Morales 14, Johnson 12, Rose 10, Rosic 9, Heckman 4, Daniels 3, Dudzinski 2. On the Cunningham side, it is Joey Ramirez 23, Jaden Rowe 21, Cook 15, DePirac 15. And we're going to take a pause here for just a second. We're going to, oh, you've got a printed box score, pretty fancy. All right, Lucas, man, we were counting up whether you were going to get 18 rebounds is the record in this event, by the way.
No way, man.
Yeah, you were right on it up until the final moments there. But
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about just getting out here and playing with these guys.
It's just a lot of fun. It's a big blessing to be here and to be recognized with all these guys. I mean, these guys are studs, and it's been a lot of fun this weekend. Getting out here and meeting these guys, getting up and down with them yesterday, and then obviously today, just like super blessed and grateful.
So many coaches and people here have been talking about just your athleticism. It's like you watch you on the stream, right? Or even, like I said to you earlier today, coming to our tournament in Las Vegas, and then to see you in person today once again, it's like, oh my God, this guy is huge and athletic. I know that wasn't a question, but maybe you could comment about that.
Yeah,
anyway.
man. I mean, I don't know. Just putting in a lot of work since I got to school. I wasn't done growing when I got to school my freshman year, so finally stopped growing. I was able to put on some weight, and it's just an everyday grind,
And you seemed like you added outside shot this year that you didn't really have before. I assume the plan is to keep playing. What are the thoughts? You've talked to agents, you talked to teams yet?
Yeah, I'm actually blessed. I just signed with an agent this past week, so this summer is just all about staying in the gym, getting bigger, getting stronger, getting faster, jumping higher, and we'll see what happens comes August. So super excited.
Awesome. Thank you.
Congratulations. Great game. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, that is Lucas Gordon of the University of Redlands. See, I spent all that time working on last names. We should try to get one more guy over here if we can, someone from Team Cunningham. I will say, I think the most outstanding player has to be Joey Ramirez, who we've already talked to, right?
Well, we can say the most outstanding player is Lucas Gordon, but certainly the most valuable is the one that scored all the points for the winning team, right?
Right, exactly. And also 7 rebounds, 5 of 6 from the line. If we would get, obviously you're hearing the folks from the NABC talking to these guys about how fun this event is, how important this event is for Division III. These guys worked really hard to get an All-Star game into the Division III, Final Four event list. Before, it had been a third-place game, a consolation game between teams who lost in the semifinals and not always wanted to be out here the next day for a game that was kind of an exhibition as well. This is a way better thing for Division III.
Yeah, and I mean, Division II does not even have one. They haven't been able to put that together, and I know in D1 it was kind of on and off for a while. I think they've been doing it regularly since we have been, but the coaches work really hard. The NABC works really hard. And it's just a great reward for these guys to be able to come out here.
Here, I'm looking for Jaden Rowe, number 1. If we can get him over here, that'd be great. I'm trying to do terrible sign language because that's the only sign language I have.
He's going to come over and talk to us?
Yeah, he is. That's great. Again, the final score here, Team Cunningham victorious over Team Raleigh, 126-116. Now joining us from Team Cunningham, Jaden Rowe, York College of Pennsylvania. First of all, I know I said this to you before the game. Congratulations on winning the fan vote. You made the fans really happy today with your final numbers of 21 points, 5 rebounds, 9 of 14 from the floor. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
We talked about your coach, Jared Wagner, one of 6 members of the Spartans program who have been selected to this game. Coach Wagner didn't get to play because his year was 2020. Tell me, did you guys talk about that at all?
We spoke about it a little. He was pretty bummed that he didn't get to play it, but when I got news that I could get into the fan vote, he said, we're going to try to get you that vote, get you in there so you can have that experience.
What was the experience like?
It was great. This whole trip has been a blast.
Yeah, let everybody know what degree are you getting here? What are the plans after? You're going to try to keep playing basketball or go into something else?
I'm a general business degree. I just took a position in insurance, Marsh as the company, so I'll probably be in some men's leagues for the rest of my life as long as my body can hold up.
Awesome. And local there, you'd be close to the program, be able to go to games and keep supporting your team?
About an hour away. Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right.
Wonderful.
Jaden Rowe, his Team Cunningham victorious. Jaden Rowe, 21 points, 9 of 14 shooting. Congratulations. Thanks for joining us after the game. We're going to wrap it up here for Ryan Scott, for Lane Hofler, producing this game up in the upper balcony, up in section 215 here at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum. We'll be signing off the final score. Team Cunningham victorious over Team Raleigh, 126-116 in the 2026 Division III Men's College All-Star Game.